My name is Preston, and I'm presenting about leadership. Who's comfortable about calling themselves a leader in front of everybody else? Good. Well, if you didn't raise your hand, each person has at least one of these great qualities. Integrity, high character, consideration, empathetic, or humble. These are great qualities that leaders should possess, and each one of you has at least one of these. But great leaders will possess every single one of them. As Sunny Giles' survey states, 67% of people voted on high ethical standards to be the #1 trait leaders should possess, and I 100% back this, that it is a good foundation for you to start out and to build your leadership journey. With everything you do, there will be advantages gained, and for leadership, it's the networking. The people you meet off of new people, and new people, and new people. You find your variety of friends. For me, it was in baseball. I'm on a select team, and there I was selected by Under Armour to go to a tryout. I knew nobody there, and nobody knew me. At the beginning, we were like, I don't know you, and we weren't a team. But by the end, we crushed the other team by multiple runs. And if you didn't raise your hand, what's holding you back? Well, for most people, it's fear. The fear that, oh, I'm not good enough at this subject. I'm not good at this sport. There's no way I can do this. People will make fun of me. Well, it's all coming from your mind. You have to get over your mind. That's the first obstacle. But then once you overcome that, and you finally get that accomplishment, there will be people there to stop you, try to make you unsuccessful. You have to persevere through those people and try to block them out of your head. Because once they get into your head, they control what you do, and the consequences are bigger than you can imagine. For me, people will criticize me every day, whether it's on the sports field, at school, walking around, doesn't matter. I'm criticized, but I don't care. But this happens in baseball a lot. Teams will think I'm not that good, or there's no way I can be good. And then by the end of the game, I want them to think that I'm better than they ever expected and better than each and every player on their team. In my interview with Miss Lane, she said that patience is key for a leader, that you need to be patient with each and every person in the group, that there will be that person that's unlikable and not easy to talk to. You have to be patient with them and keep working with them each and every day. You also need to listen to all the decisions that people have, because there will be a great idea that can benefit the team for the better. She also stated that all leaders need to be servant leaders, which means you put everybody in the group ahead of you and all their needs ahead of your needs. So you don't take all the fame and all the glory like, oh yes, all me, we're doing good. You have to stay humble each and every day and just do your work. But I think of leadership as Proverbs 11:14, where there's no guidance, people fall. But in an abundance of counselors, there's victory. Which means when there's no leadership role and nobody steps up, the team will not be won. They'll be separated and fall to the ground and not ever be able to get up. But once somebody steps up and becomes that leadership role, you'll finally be able to become victorious. And that has taught me with baseball, that you need to keep believing in your team and keep motivating your team, because you will have down days and your team will have down days. It's a guarantee that you will lose. But you need to keep motivating them through the hard times. And I made this quote that you'll never lose in life if you count it as a learning experience, which means each thing you do, don't count it as a loss. You've never lost in your life. It's just an experience for the next time you try, so you have a greater chance of winning. This has taught me last year in our World Series. We lost our second game of bracket play. Luckily, it was a double elimination, so we had another chance. But we had to win 3 more games to get to a championship game. We did. We finally made it, and we had to beat the team in the championship twice. We crushed them in the first game, but by the second game, we were tired and out of breath and couldn't win, so we lost. But by the next day, my voice was gone. I couldn't talk one single word. And Michael Jordan has shown this, in his fierce competitiveness that he learned at an early age with his brothers. He would play against them in the backyard, who are faster, stronger, bigger, and better. And he would work against them every day, try to get better, so maybe one day he could beat them after all. Drew Dudley, a motivational speaker, once stated that you need to make a moment that could change someone's life for the better. That if one person tries to change the whole world at one time, it is physically impossible and cannot happen. You need to change one person at a time, each day. So therefore, the world can be changed. For me, leadership is hiking a mountain. That you need to get over your mindset at the beginning of, oh my gosh, that is tall up there. All these people have died, they're buried in there. There's no way I can make this. I'm not brave enough. I'm not strong enough. but you have to overcome your mindset. Overcome it. Because once you take that first step, and the next step, and the next step, your adrenaline starts pumping, and you start going, and going. Then you get almost there, and you think you can just touch it, and then the high altitudes kick in. They mess with your brain. They bring you down. A couple steps, you fall backwards. But those are people in life. You have to keep persevering and keep pushing through them. Because once you overcome them and you get to the top, you look down and say, wow, I thought that was impossible to complete. How did I complete that? I started from down there. I feel like the king of the world. So conquer the mountain. Become the most impactful leader in your community or team. Thank you.